My name is Nimesh Samaya, and I'm 35, and I was born and brought up in Bournemouth. I'm quite proud to be part of a family that was one of the first families to settle in Bournemouth. Um, Growing up in Bournemouth, there wasn't a lot of Indians around, and as a child growing up in school, I faced a lot of racism, being divided between two cultures, the Western world that I lived in, but also the values that my parents raised me with. So it was quite challenging initially, but as time's progressed, that's obviously changed. A lot of integration has happened, and you see a lot of Indians now in Bournemouth as well. A lot of name calling. I won't say the names, but as you know, there are a few of the popular ones that people use. So, and also my sister faced a lot of racism, especially because of her name. Her name is Puja, which means to pray in our culture. But people used to use that and then make phrases out of that and bully her for that. So we faced quite a lot of racism initially as children. Yeah. I'm one of those people. I'm quite a people's person anyway, and I have been since a child. So I've always found it quite easy to get along with people, whereas my sister was quite sort of reserved. So she used to find it difficult. So I used to support her a lot in that sense. But it was difficult. Again, I just tried to get on with it and not take it too seriously, because my parents had always told me, look, this is the situation. We are living in a society where there is a lot of white people, and you will get it, but just stay strong to your roots, and as long as you stay strong to your roots and your values, you will be able to integrate in any society. I remember growing up more in my teenage years, trying to fit in with friends. Trying to fit in with them, but also to, again, embrace the values that my parents have taught me. So living at home, I'd speak my own language, eat the same food that we eat, Indian food. And obviously, I've always grown up as a vegetarian. So it was difficult because my friends all used to eat meat, and they would, again, take fun out of me for that reason. But I've always stuck true to my roots, and I'm quite proud of that as well. Yeah. Like I said, I've always been somebody who integrates within all sorts of groups, but also because I used to play a lot of sports as a child. So because they saw that I had skills within the sports that I played, I was sort of respected for those reasons, and that helped me to bridge the gap between my culture and their culture. That was a really good way for me to integrate, playing sports with them, and obviously showing value in the team. I started to get a lot of respect within my friend circles. As you spoke to my mum, her main motive in life is to uphold our values and our community and our religion wherever she goes, and she's instilled that into me and my brother and my sister. So yeah, since a young age, I've always been quite religious. There were times where I sort of shied away from that with my friend circles, because it's not necessarily cool, if you know what I mean. So, but today I can say proudly that I've upheld my culture and my religion, and I'm proud to wear that, on my shoulders. I think that's really important. As Sikhs wear turbans, Muslim women wear burqas. As a Sanatan Dharma, that's our religion. We worship Lord Krishna, and this is Lord Krishna's feet on our head, and we offer a leaf every time we offer any food to Krishna. So it's essentially surrendering to Krishna and showing my religion. Yeah, and I wear it proudly every day. I value this country. So obviously when I grew up as a child, it was very difficult, but I value the way that the Western culture has now started to embrace a lot of the Eastern cultures. Yeah, would that be, say, like yoga, meditation, mindfulness? Food is a very thing. In fact, I think Indian food is one of the most popular foods in the UK. So I think it's really good that I've seen that transition, moving from being bullied and taking a lot of racism at school to now seeing that we are integrated in society and being some of the biggest contributors to the economy as well. I think that's really important. And also seeing somebody like Rishi Sunak coming in as Prime Minister made a big change to me. I think that I'd never thought I'd see such a change. And Sadiq Khan as Mayor of London, those sorts of things make me really proud to be Indian and Asian. I'm proud to be British Indian. I always say that because I am still Indian, but I'm proud to be part of the community, part of England especially. Although I do support India in cricket, I'll never support England. My advice to people living in the UK is embrace your culture. As I was saying to Aisha, it's really important to know our roots and our values, because as the generations go on, that will get diluted, and we don't want that. It's really important to maintain that. So I think anyone who is young, don't feel like you are different. it's good to be different. So it's important to know who you are, where you come from, and just embrace that going forward. So yeah, just maintain your roots and know your culture. You can integrate in society, but it's important to know where you come from, and keep that going for future generations. More Western people have embraced our culture than people in India are embracing our culture, and that's quite, in a sense, as an Indian, embarrassing, because we should know our culture in India, but yet we are embracing Western culture, whereas the Western world is now starting to embrace our culture and also their own culture, and seeing the importance of embracing that. So yeah, I think that's really important to uphold your values and faith as times go on.